Have you ever wondered why frogs croak at night? You might think that they just like to make noise, but there's actually a really interesting reason why they do it. Frogs can be active during the day or night, and their activity patterns often depend on the temperature and the amount of daytime predators around. When it comes to nocturnal frogs, their nighttime adventures have a lot to do with their need to stay moist. See, frogs don't have sweat glands to help them cool off, so they rely on water to keep their bodies from overheating. And since they hang out in damp places during the day, like under logs or leaves, they tend to get pretty dry by nightfall. To combat this, many frogs spend the evening searching for water, which also happens to be a great time to find food. And after a nice meal, they head back to their hiding spots, bellies full of tasty bugs and body full of water. So you might be thinking, okay, we get it. They croak because they're looking for water and food. But why do they need to vocalize? Well, it turns out that calling while you search is a great way to let potential mates know where you are. That's right. The reason frogs croak at night is to attract a partner so they can breed. Male frogs will often call while they re-out looking for food, and females will respond if they re-interested. This way, even though they're not calling specifically to find mates, they might end up finding one anyway. So calling while you search for food and water isn't such a bad strategy after all. But other frogs use their calls to defend their territory. Take the gray tree frog, for example. These little guys like to mark their territory with chemicals while they're out looking for food. But they also advertise their presence with a loud, raspy call. This is especially important for frogs that live in areas with lots of potential mates around, like near ponds or streams. By calling, they let other males know that a particular branch or leaf is spoken for, reducing the chances of a fight. And if another frog does decide to intrude on their turf, they'll often warn them away with a series of short, sharp barks. Now, some frogs take their calls to another level. During mating season, male frogs will sometimes gather in groups and create a chorus of croaks that can last for hours. These choruses can be made up of dozens of frogs, and the louder the chorus, the more likely the females are to hear it and find it easier to locate a mate. In fact, some female frogs are pickier about their choice of partner, and they'll often listen to a few calls before choosing a mate. So being part of a loud chorus increases a male frog's chances of getting picked. Plus, the more males that are gathered together, the more likely it is that a female will choose to mate with one of them. Basically, it's a froggy version of a singles mixer. Except instead of wine and cheese, they're sipping on bugs and tree sap. And instead of smooth jazz, they're grooving to the electric slide. Just kidding! They're probably not doing the electric slide. Whatever the reason for the croaking, it's clear that these nighttime serenades are an important part of the frogs' lives. Now you know why frogs croak at night. Do you have any other theories? Share them below, and thanks for watching!